Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 5 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 5 math. View all lessons. There you can find the rest of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter triangles and quadrilaterals. Here I am on grade 5 math. Chapter we're on right now is triangles and quadrilaterals. Let's just start with the first lesson, that's acute, obtuse, and right triangles. What kind of triangle is this? 90 degrees, 45 degrees. Right triangle it is, right? One of the angle is 90 degrees, so that is a right triangle. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, what kind of triangle is this? 90 degrees and 37 degrees. So one of the angle exactly measures 90 degrees. So that is a right triangle. And one of the angle measures 90 degrees, and that would be a right triangle. So option number 2 is the correct option. What kind of triangle is this? 77, 65, and 38 degrees. So all of the angles are less than 90 degrees, right? So that is an acute triangle. Option number 2 is the correct option. Again, that is an acute triangle because all the angles are less than 90 degrees. Again, that is a right triangle. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is obtuse triangle because one of the angle is more than 90 degrees, so that would be the obtuse triangle. What kind of triangle is this? That is a right triangle. Option number 2 is the correct option. What kind of triangle is this? That is a right triangle. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is scale and isosceles and equilateral triangles. Let's just start with the less triangle. Isosceles. Yes, two of the same length. So that is an isosceles triangle. Got it? Is this triangle scalene? Yes, it is because all the angles are different environment, so that is a scalene triangle. Option number two is the correct option. Equi means all of the three sides are exactly equal, right? In measurement. Is this triangle equilateral? No, that is not an equilateral triangle. Is this triangle isosceles? No, that is not an isosceles triangle. What kind of triangle is this? Equilateral, isosceles but not equilateral, and scalene. So, which is the correct option? That is scalene, like two of the sides are equal but not equilateral. Option two is the correct option. Scalene triangle because all the side lengths are different and so scalene triangle it is. What kind of triangle is this? Equilateral, isosceles, scalene. So which is the correct option? Yes, scalene it is, right? Because all the angles are different in measurement, so scalene triangle it is. What kind of triangle is this? Equilateral, isosceles, scalene, which is the correct option? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is classify triangle. So let's just start with the lesson. Let's just start with the test questions. Is this triangle equilateral? No. Equi means all the side lengths are exactly equal in measurement. So that is not an equilateral triangle. No. Okay. What kind of triangle is this? Which is the correct option? Right angle triangle it is. One of the angles measure exactly 90 degrees. So right angle triangle it is. So that is the acute triangle. Option 1 is the correct option. Is this triangle scalene? No, because two of the angle measurements are exactly equal. That would be the. What kind of triangle is this? Yeah, right angle triangle. It is option number two is the correct option. What kind of triangle is this? That is the obtuse triangle because the angle measurements are more than 90 degrees, so obtuse triangle it is. What kind of triangle is this? Equilateral, isosceles, scale, and which is the correct option? Isosceles but not equilateral, right? What kind of triangle is this? That is the acute triangle because all of the angles measure less than 90 degrees. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next one is classify quadrilaterals. Let's start with the lesson. Is this shape angle has four sides? That is a triangle and triangle has three sides. Let's just start with the test question. Is this shape a parallelogram? Yes, it is, right? Is this shape a rectangle? No, that is not a rectangle. Rectangle must be a four-sided shape. That is a triangle because it has three sides. No, this is not a square. Although it is a four-sided shape, but not a square. Square has all four sides equal in measurement, right? Is this shape a square? No, that is not a square. Is this shape a rhombus? Yes, it is. No? Mm, or rhombus has the side lengths that are equal in measurement, so the one we are given is different in measurement. Is this shape a trapezoid? No, that is not a trapezoid, right? It does not have one pair of parallel sides. Okay, so trapezoid must have one pair of parallel sides. Is this shape a rectangle? No, that is a five-sided shape. Rectangle must be a four-sided shape. Is this shape a parallelogram? No, that is a rectangle. Is this shape a parallelogram? That is a parallelogram? Mm, no. Okay, we are done. Is this shape a square? No, that is not a square, right? Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to next lesson. Properties of triangles and quadrilaterals. Let's just start with the test question. Zach cut a shape out of a piece of construction paper. The shape has four sides with opposite sides parallel. Which shape could Zach have made? So the only shape that has four sides in the given shapes is a parallelogram. So he must cut a parallelogram. Option number one is the correct option. It must be a parallelogram. May used a crayon to draw a shape on the piece of paper. The shape had four corners. Which shape could May have drawn? So, which is the correct option? The only four-sided shape here is a rectangle, so it must be a rectangle. Got it? Nate painted a shape that had two acute angles and two obtuse angles. Which shape could Nate have painted? So, which shape has two obtuse and two acute angles? So, two obtuse and two acute means the shape must have four sides. So, which is a four-sided shape that has two acute and two obtuse angles? So, that is a trapezoid, right? Two obtuse and two acute angles, that must be a trapezoid. Jack cut a shape out of a piece of construction paper. The shape had three unequal angles. Which shape could Jack have made? So, which shape have three-sided shape? That means that must be a triangle. But the one that has three unequal angle is a scalene triangle. The correct option is scalene triangle. Sarah used a crayon to draw a shape on the piece of paper. The shape had three equal sides. What shape could Sarah have drawn? So now the shape have three equal sides. Which triangle would it would be? Three equal sides, then that must be an equilateral triangle. The correct option is equilateral triangle. Okay, we are done with the lesson. So we were working on grade 5 math. Chapter we were working on is triangles and quadrilaterals. The lessons we have covered today are acute, obtuse, and right triangles, scalene, isosceles, and equilateral triangles, classify triangles, classify quadrilaterals, properties of triangles and quadrilaterals. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions did. That is your homework until next session. So if you have any questions, please ask. I'm here to answer your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions? No questions. Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.